maybe I felt some type of way that I didn't have a bunch of friends.
Yeah, I just couldn't find my people. I couldn't connect with anybody. Okay, let's start from the beginning. How do you make friends?
I felt there's pressure to like
As many people
yeah,
around as
like
possible,
look at all these people who are my friends.
I think I've been trying too hard. Like I almost wanted it so much that I repelled it.
I know what you mean.
Do these friendships that you form feel real or temporary?
And I feel that everyone's going to be transactional there. My experience and the people I meet is going to be dictated based on my views.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Second cheers of the day. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachelle and I am here with my good friend Leah.
Hey.
If you're not new here, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a nomad currently in Malaysia, and long story short, me and my girl Leah, we met in Vietnam and now we're like linked up here in Malaysia. We were like, let's just do a little video, let's do a little chit chat.
I didn't even know about this place at all, and Malaysia was really not, it was slightly on my radar, but I did not see myself coming here. But then Rachelle told me, she said I'm here, and
I said, if you don't come here right now,
I feel like that's kind of how it goes sometimes.
yeah.
Beautiful though, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So happy we're here together. And
Ditto.
yeah.
The beauty of friendship, dare I very cheesily segue into our topic of today.
You dare, you dare.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. How do you make friends? You're traveling, you're not in your home country. How do you even approach making friends?
I feel like on the earlier days, maybe I would be leaning a bit too much into like online to try to make friends. But I think for me, I've had the best success making friends just going out and integrating with various communities. In Vietnam, I would say I'm going to events that interest me and I'm meeting interesting people. And also when it comes to like the groups that like have interest to me,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, even if I go there and I don't meet anyone who I feel connected with,
Yeah.
well, at least I did something I liked.
Yeah, at the end of,
So,
that's a good perspective.
yeah.
I would share the same sentiment. Go somewhere that's of interest to you and then just be open to talk to people. 'Cause
Yeah,
one
yeah.
could go to like a yoga class, but just really keep, if they're into yoga, and then just really keep to
Right.
themselves. Go to somewhere of interest for you and then just be open to just saying hi.
For sure, yeah. Just be open, see who's there, and yeah, have a chat, you know,
Yeah.
see what happens. How's your experience been like making friends? I mean, you've been in Africa, you've been in Thailand, Vietnam, now Malaysia.
Yeah. Bless you.
lots
Not
of-
you know my journey. This is yeah, I think the groups thing is the biggest thing. And I had to learn that on the way. It didn't just
Yeah.
come to me. In Thailand, I kind of struggled to make friends in Thailand. But
Thailand.
it was in Vietnam that I realized, oh, I'm meeting people easier just by going to places of interest to me. And then you end up talking to people and then you have a common ground of interest
Right.
to talk about, and then the conversation develops from there. So like with us, our common interest at that time was content, creating
Right.
content, creating YouTube videos. So that was our first conversation, and then it developed from there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen with everybody you meet in said space that you enjoy, but it could be even just like one or two people there, and it's quality over quantity, right? So
100%. And that's what I was going to say. Like, I've met lots of, you know, really beautiful people throughout the journey. Honestly, for me, if I can just make one or two, like, really good friends, like,
I'm good.
that's all I need,
That's it.
man.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm cool. I'm totally cool with knowing a bunch of people and being friendly with them. And I've had
There's
that
still
experience.
beauty of weak ties, you know? Yeah.
In the past, maybe I felt like some type of way that I didn't have like a bunch of friends, but it's like, I don't need that though. For me, as long as I got a few like people who are really good friends, but also at the end of the day, we only got so much bandwidth.
We only got so much energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Low-key. So you've made these friends, you've gone to these groups, you were open, you said hi. How do you maintain these friendships? Again, to the earlier point, it looks different to maintaining friendships back home when your friend is just around the corner. How do you maintain the friends you've made in Australia?
Yeah.
Friends you made in Vietnam, now you're no longer there.
I feel that in my experience, the friends I've made who I'm close with, I feel like we're not the type of friends who like we need to be texting each other every day. Like we're still checking in, don't get me wrong, but it's like I feel that I know that like our connection is real and our connection is going to be there, and
regardless of destination.
Regardless of destination, or even like regardless of how much I text them.
The connection that was made when you did form the friendship was made in a way that you already know that it's not a surface level friendship. It's
Right.
not a convenience friendship.
Right.
And once that understanding has been established in both parties, then wherever you do go, you know that the connection is still going to be there because that was established.
Right.
Not in words, not in, by the way, you're my friend now. So, but it's
Right.
all energy, right? It's the conversations you have. It's the how you feel in each other's presence. It's how you check on each other when you do talk.
Yeah.
All of that stuff just makes for a mutual understanding of this connection is beyond this physical location.
100%.
I like the way you put that. Sometimes I feel I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate new friendships. My friends from home aside, like just new friendships I make on the go, because in my mind, I get in my head a bit. I'm like, I don't want people to think that it is out of sight, out of mind, or I've just forgotten. But also, I don't want to burn myself out with overdoing it with communication, or always being like, hey. Does that make sense? But obviously, everyone likes to be appreciated. Everyone likes to be thought about. Everyone likes to be considered or whatever. So do so, but in a natural way.
Yeah, like you don't have to feel like obligated in any type of way. Like, oh, I need to be checking in on them like once a week, you know? Unless, of course, that's something that y'all have, you know, communicated. And it's like, for our friendship, like it's important to me that we're checking in. And then like that's, you know, that's for that specific friendship. But, and if one of my friends told me that, you know, I would make an effort, you know? But it's like, I kind of just roll with the baseline of like, unless you tell me like I need this, I'm just gonna assume that you're cool and I'm cool.
I'm cool and we'll chat when we chat. No, I hear it. So it's like it puts less pressure on it.
Yeah.
Do these friendships that you form feel real or temporary? And how do you know what real looks like?
I'm glad you asked that because it's going to get a bit abstract, but I do believe that this is applicable here.
We love abstract.
It's, I know, right? It's just about what you put out, right? So if I go into a place thinking, oh, I'm just going to be here for 3 months, I'm not going to be making any long-term friends, I'm probably going to attract people who that's going to be my experience. You know what I mean? I have had moments in my journey where like I kind of was in a place and I was like, if I say to myself, no, I'm not open to this, it's not going to come in.
Yeah.
If I say, oh, okay, there are these people, I'm kind of just hanging out there. That was my experience. I have had those experiences, you know, when you're open to connections, and it doesn't always have to be like a conscious thing. Like if I'm really thinking back to my time in Da Nang, I didn't have the mindset then of, oh, I'm just going to be here, it doesn't matter. I didn't have that mindset at that time. So I feel that thus I was, you know, naturally people like yourself or even some other good friends I made, or even some of the acquaintances I made, you know, would be people who I would still quite love to see in the future and reconnect with. That would be my answer to that question, is I have had both experiences, and both experiences have just reflected what I was consciously or subconsciously willing to allow. I have a friend who I met in Da Nang. He is based in LA, and he caught himself that he was having the perspective of, oh, everybody is cold in LA and da-da-da. And he decided, he was like, wait a minute, like, let me challenge that though. Like, everyone in LA is warm and welcoming, and he's been kind of documenting like the people he's been meeting and stuff and the experience he's been having since challenging that limiting belief or that perspective. And now, at least outwardly, it seems like he's having, you know, a more positive experience with the people in LA.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. Thoughts create reality. Simple. Basically. If you're like, yeah, I'm only here for a month anyway, there's no point in making any friends. And then you leave the place and you're like, right, it was really hard to make friends. Like, it's like, well, yeah, exactly. You created that reality for yourself. If you go in there like, I wonder how it's going to be to make some friends here. But just being open to it, opening your heart to it, opening your heart to conversations, to eye contact, to just connecting with people, and your experience will probably be very different.
And that's one thing that I've even been reflecting on lately as well. It's like, no matter whether I'm here or there or anywhere, my experience and the people I meet is going to be dictated based on my view. So if I go to a place and I feel that everyone's going to be transactional there, I'm going to meet transactional people.
Yeah, it's going to be reflected in your reality.
Exactly.
Wow.
But if I go to a place and I say, I'm open to all the beautiful people who want to come into my life,
Right.
they will come.
There you go. There you go. That's a beautiful. I love that perspective. Oh my God.
100%. How have you felt? How has been your experience? Because I know you said in Thailand it was maybe a little bit harder for you. Like, do you feel that your perspective had anything to do with that upon reflection? I'd be curious to know, because I do think perspective is important, but sometimes you can have the best perspective and still, like, the environment just objectively isn't for you. And I have also had that experience. So I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I did struggle in Thailand, and I had an easier time in Vietnam making friends. From my knowledge, I don't think my perspective changed too much between those two periods. I'm not sure what it was. It could be due to a multitude of things, like maybe I was supposed to spend more time with myself and my thoughts and my self-development in Thailand compared to Vietnam. Maybe the space was supposed to be a bit more communal and it reflected different periods of my life, maybe. But I will say though, a few years back now, when I first moved to Canada, I will notice how my perspective influenced my reality in regards to making friends. And when I first got there, I feel like I was forcing it a lot. I was like, I wasn't closed off to friends, but I almost wanted it so much that I repelled it.
I know what you mean.
I was online, just like you said, you kind of steered away from that. I was on like what do they call it? Friend date apps?
Like Bumble BFF or something like that.
Bumble BFF, like friend making apps and Facebook groups and this, that, and the third. Yeah. Meeting up with people here, there, everywhere. And yeah, I just couldn't find my people. I couldn't connect with anybody. And this happened for months. There was a moment when I realized and I was like, oh, I think I've been trying too hard. Like when I stopped directly trying in that way and I just went about my daily endeavors, but was open, like I really found my people quite quickly, or some people that I vibed with quite quickly. So yes, the mindset did impact the reality, maybe on the other extreme end of not being totally closed off, but being like wanting it so bad. It was like, this needs to happen or else. I need to find a friend or else. It's kind of like saying to your nervous system or yourself that like, if this doesn't happen, then you won't be okay. When you don't want external factors to be a reason or to have such a big impact on whether you're okay or not, and whether you're happy and whether you're living a good life. Does that make sense? You don't want to put that power in external factors such as whether or not you make friends. Pour inwards and your external will just be reflected. Does that make sense? So that moment when I let go and did start pouring inwards, it just was naturally reflected because I still had the desire, but I just focused my energy inwards as opposed to externally.
No, I hear that. Because like obviously we're humans, like we're going to want friends no matter what. Right. But it's like, yeah, I feel that. And I feel like I've also been there where it's like, I need a friend. And it's like, just chill. Right. Your people will come naturally. Like you don't need to try so hard. And then oftentimes what happens is, you know, you're kind of forcing it and you want it so bad that maybe you're willing to even take a friend that like
doesn't even align with who you really are and your values. And,
because especially like when you're in a new country, like of course, like you feel so lonely, man. You can, like it's just a lot. I mean, it's a whole new country, it's a whole new life. You're gonna want people around you, right?
Naturally. But you want them to be the right people at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like in a way, like that's just kind of a part of the journey too, like kind of figuring out like, oh, okay, like I don't need to do too much, or even like we were saying before, knowing yourself. And like for me, I don't need a massive group of friends as long as I got a few close people. Like there's no need for me to prove anything by saying, look at all my friends, you know, because I feel like that for me, that's sometimes what it's been. Like I feel that sometimes I felt there's pressure to like like look at all these people who are my friends. Like
it's like a high school thing, right?
I'm
so glad to grow out of that. That was just tiring. Like I'm tired. I just want to be me. Like, do you know what I mean?
Just let me do my thing.
Right. Okay, awesome. Well, we'll wrap up. But thanks for the cheeky chat.
Yes,
in
thank
Malaysia.
You for having me. I'm so glad that we got to have some sit down time and.
It's been fun.
What do you want to hear us talk about next? Comment below.
Let us know. I love that. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. If you got this far, appreciate you. Yeah, take care. We'll see you guys in the next one. We'll see you guys in the next country.
Stay tuned. Bye.
That ain't my girl.
I wanted to give you guys a download of how we actually met, because we filmed so much like videos together and content together, obviously hanged out and become so much more closer in a whole nother country together. And we met, what, 7 months ago now?
About 7 months ago.
Yeah, we met last year, November 2025. We were both living in Vietnam at the time, both left our home countries. How did we meet?
From my perspective,
I think we have different perspectives.
Yeah, I'll share my perspective. This will be kind of cute.
Yeah,
actually.
I know, right?
So from my perspective, I was at this content creator meetup and Da Nang that I had started going to, and it was every Saturday, and basically people would kind of just all come together, introduce ourselves, and then we would just discuss maybe if somebody wants some feedback or just general discussion on topics. It was a great meetup and I feel really grateful for it. We were there, I painted the picture now, we were there and we're having the discussion. I still remember, like, it was so cute. You were like, hey, so I'm just starting off with my vlogs and I'm like trying to figure out, like, you were saying something about how you're trying to figure out, you have your content but you don't know, you were worried about the competition, I think, in the YouTube world.
Yeah.
Like, I think you were worried about, like, how am I going to stand out? And then someone was saying how, well, it's you though, even though it's same style, it's still you, like, people are going to watch it for you. And then
I remember I didn't even know you remember that. That's crazy. But I was worried about that. I was like, because I was super into my content and I was like, well, like, why are people even gonna watch it? How's it gonna stand out? How am I even gonna like make a presence in this space or whatever? And someone was like, at the end of the day, views aren't capped, views aren't limited. I was like, I that's great advice. Like, it's true. It's not like, okay, all the views for the day have been maxed out, so you can't get any more. So just keep going. Does that make sense?
But anyways, so then remember you had that worry and I was like, I was feeling for you. And just when you talked, I felt like, I like her. I like her. And then after the meeting, you were showing Susan your Digi, I think, and I started talking to Susan, and then you and me kind of exchanged contact, and then
the rest was history.
The rest from there, yes. That's my perspective of how it went down.
Okay.
What's your side of the story?
That was interesting. I think when I say it, you're going to be like, oh yeah. So basically, we're at the content meetup, and long story short, we were on the opposite sides of the table of the content meetup. You were right at the front, and I was all the way at the back.
Oh, I think I know where this is going. Go ahead, though.
And then you showed the group, probably a group of around 20 people in this content meetup, like your flyer for the working holiday visa. Leia was working on promoting the working holiday visa for Americans to go to Australia, to move to Australia. And then you asked the group for feedback. And then everybody gave you feedback. I basically like put my hand up to speak and I was like, you've done a really good job. Because everybody was like, this is wrong, change this, I'm not gonna look at it, whatever. And I was like, wait, hold on a second. I understand you need criticism, but I just wanted to bring the balance of like, by the way, this is pretty amazing that you've been able to create this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then after the session, yes, you're right, I was showing Susan my DJI, but I remember really wanted to speak to you because I just wanted to check in on how you're doing, because I felt like the feedback in the group setting was a bit harsh. So like, how are you doing with that? And I remember you said like, yeah, like I'm good. Like I didn't take any of it personal. Like, I didn't like internalize any of it. I know it was just strictly about the content and stuff like that. So you took it with such grace. But I just know that depending on where one's headspace could be, it might not have been taken so lightly. Do you know what I mean? So I remember that was like my motivation to come and like chat to you and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so nice of you to check in with me. I do remember you saying that now. Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying that. So then we met up one day, kind of had some more one-on-one time. We just got to know each other a little better. Yeah, I went for a coffee, started just discussing life.
And we got pretty spiritual in that chat. Did you remember? We got really spiritual.
I do remember that. We got
really quick.
Very spiritual, very quick.
Realized that we share a lot of the same values and belief systems and like school of thought in regards to life,
everything
mindset.
Working out for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything happening for a reason. Yeah, it was just one of those conversations where just like right off the bat, we were just like vibing so hard.
We could have continued chatting for like ages. But that was fun. Little recap.